So I thought I'd get on here and do a little video on what my thoughts are with the reconciliation bill, the big beautiful bill, the one big beautiful bill that obviously Trump's trying to pass, which there's a lot of good things that are going to come from that bill. But a senator out of Utah, Mike Lee, probably 90% of the time I'm probably going to agree with. I think he's a good man. I think he's a good politician. But there's one issue, I guess, I don't agree with him, and that is the sale of all of the not all of it, but some of the public land. I think it's like up to 0.75% of the total. I think the government owns like 250,000 acres. No, 250 million acres. I think the sale of, I think it's up to 0.75%, which is like 3 million acres, maybe a little bit more at the high end, which doesn't seem like a lot, and it probably isn't, but at the same time, I think if you allow this to happen, then they're just going to keep doing it. For a government that has even balanced the budget since the 90s, I think Bill Clinton era is when the last time they actually balanced the budget. They have no right to sell our public lands, if you ask me. Period. Now, that being said, I do like to listen to both sides. Obviously, you have this side that don't want to sell it, like me. But there's a guy out there by the name of Glenn Beck, and he's very pro selling public lands. But he also has the money, and he also owns a ranch in Wyoming. So it's a little different when, you can own big plots of land for me to believe him, which most of the time I also believe him. But this land, it's precious, and we should not give 1 acre away. A lot of families hunt and fish and backpack, mountain climb, photography. There's a lot of recreational stuff that goes on, and not only that, but there's also a lot of money to be made off of recreation. It's a huge industry, and that's something that we should cherish, and that we should not let our politicians dictate what lands get sold and what lands don't get sold. We should just, across the board, we absolutely say no. But anyways, going back to Glenn Beck, he made a very good point. I mean, you obviously have the Mike Lees on the conservative side, probably the Ted Cruz's too. I mean, Texas, I think, is like 3% public land. I mean, it's all owned by private. Every time you hear about someone going down to hunt Texas, it's, pay. Well, I'm not about always paying. I don't mind, buying a Weyerhaeuser permit every year to go hunting on Weyerhaeuser land, but I also enjoy coming up here and hiking and being able to hunt up in the backcountry. But anyways, Glenn Beck made a very good point, and you got to listen to both sides, because the far left, they're full of extremists, and in a sense, their agenda is to maintain the public lands, but at the point where there's no access. They don't want us hunting, hiking, whatever it may be, fishing. They don't want us on these lands, period. They want them to be as if man was never there. They are wildlife. These people are wildlife activists. They're nature activists. They're green activists. They hate humans, and they want all of us to be down in the cities with the high rises, and that's it. You know, look what they've done to WDFW, the activists here in Washington, taking away spring bear, reducing the time for fall bear now, the reduction in cougar tags, not putting the wolf on, or taking the wolf off the endangered species, which we have plenty of wolves and we can afford to do it now. They're activists, they don't care. Well, on the far left, they are the same way when it comes to public lands. They do not want you up here, period. So it's kind of a fine line, kind of in the middle. You have, I'm not going to say Mike Lee is an extreme right winger, but he is more of a conservative, and I like him. But you're going to have to, you know, kind of flex your muscles a little bit and say, no, we're not doing that. We're not giving an acre. We're not giving an inch. Stop it. And then you also have to pay attention to the extreme left. You know, a lot of people on social media right now, oh, you get what you pay for when you vote. You voted for this. No. In fact, I think Trump said in his first term that he wasn't going to let 1 acre or sell any private land, period, or public land, period. Trump will sign this bill because he wants that reconciliation bill. He wants the one beautiful bill. He wants it. If this goes through, he's going to sign this bill with the sale of 3 million acres. He's going to sign it. That land will be gone. So I encourage people to get involved. You know, I got into, over social media, one of our local politicians here at the state level. He's actually my representative here at the state of Washington, not in DC, but here in Olympia. And he's all for it. And I had to go on there and enlighten him and pretty much telling him it's an 80-20 issue. It's 80% people are in favor of public lands, 20% people want to get rid of them. You know, he's playing politics. I love the man. He's a great guy. He does well for Washington, very outspoken on the conservative side, but he's wrong. He's dead wrong when it comes to this. Absolutely dead wrong. So you got to put these politicians in their place when they start speaking out. As hunters and conservationists, fishermen, these are our resources. These are our resources. They're not the king's resource. They don't belong to a private entity or a landowner. That's the thing that separates us from a lot of other countries. So be outspoken. Don't keep your lip tight. Get out there and speak the truth. And the truth is that we need these lands for all generations to come. So I thought I'd get on here and just speak a little bit of my 2 cents. I hope that this portion fails. I hope that it has to get passed through a committee. That's the first thing they have to do in the Senate. And mind you, this was on the House bill, the House side, and it got taken out because there was too many people saying no, not for this. So be outspoken, put your foot down, demand not 1 acre be sold, and keep our lands in the hands of the public. And also demand that the money that we pay in taxes gets put back into these lands, because they like to take them and put them into a slush fund, and they don't ever come back into these lands. they want to complain and cry, oh, the roads and the trails, are we can't maintain them. No, you can. You just choose not to. So be outspoken. Stand up for what we believe in as hunters. Fight the good fight. Not 1 acre to be sold. Not a one. So thanks, guys, for listening to my rant. And see you on the next adventure.